Hey everybody, what's happening? My name's Steven.
And I'm Spencer.
We work with Nexus Youth and Family Services here in Amador County. And what we want to do is we want to bring you a presentation talking about goal setting. We think goal setting is extremely important, whether it's academically, athletically, or what you want to do professionally. It doesn't matter. We think that goals are extremely important. So today we want to talk about setting some of those goals.
So let's first talk about what is a goal. A goal is the result or achievement towards which effort is directed. A goal will usually consist of short-term goals that are building towards your ultimate long-term goal.
So what we want to do is we want to use the acronym SMART. And what it's going to do is that is going to help shape a roadmap for reaching your goals.
So the first letter in SMART is S, and the S stands for specific. So a specific goal is a goal that has a bit of depth to it. It isn't just saying I want to go to culinary school, it's saying I want to graduate from the Culinary Institute of America in their baking program. So it's showing that you're being very specific towards that goal. Specificity is important so that you can know exactly what needs to be done in order for the goal to be deemed a success.
So what we're going to do is we're going to build on this SMART goal. So as Spencer said, it's specific. You want to be as specific as possible. You don't want to just say, I want to go to that school. You might say, if you're an athlete, you might want to go to the University of Southern California and you want to play baseball, third base, or you want to play football for the school. Whatever it might be, you want to make sure you're as specific as possible, because what that will do, that will help you fill out the rest of the SMART goals, as we're going to see here in just a minute.
So next up is the M. M stands for measurable. A measurable goal is one that is based on some sort of metric. Instead of saying I want to have good knife skills, which is pretty broad, a measurable goal would be I want to be able to finely and evenly chop or dice 5 onions per minute. So you can measure that there.
Absolutely. And so first we had specific, and now we have measurable. We have this specific goal, and then we have this measurable goal, which is trying to help us reach this ultimate goal. And so when it comes to being measurable, you still want those to be specific. So whether you know it's cutting 5 onions in a short amount of time, or whatever it may be, whether it's making an all-league team or reaching a certain GPA or whatever it might be, you want to be able to use things that are measurable, because that will ultimately help you and make you feel good as you're kind of reaching towards this long-term goal.
Definitely. Next up we have the A. The A stands for achievable. A goal that is achievable is a goal that you can accomplish. So people have a tendency to get overzealous with their goals when they are excited and passionate. However, setting a goal that you will not be able to accomplish doesn't make sense for anyone. So it's very important to make sure your goal is achievable. It's important to be realistic than too aspirational here. It's good to be aspirational, but there's a point where you can go too far. So you want to break down your larger goal into pieces if you need to in order to get them accomplished. So for example, if your big goal is to open a restaurant but you aren't a very good cook yet, a small goal and more attainable goal would be to learn how to cook, or even learn how to cook a few things really well. And as you attain certain goals, you get better, and then you can start to advance with new goals.
Absolutely. And what's really important about that is, as you continue to develop these specific and measurable goals and you get to this achievable aspect, it's a way to measure these things and see where you're making progress. And so you want to have different steps. And that's kind of what we're trying to show you, is that when it's achievable, you don't want to say, I'm going to be the greatest basketball player of all time. That could be argumented who that is. Spencer and I, we know who that is.
Yeah, one person.
You want to tell me who it is?
It's Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, absolutely. It is not anybody else. If you say anybody else, that's incorrect. But we wanted you to know that when it comes to being achievable in your goals, that it's something that if you don't achieve things, it can kind of bring you down a little bit. And so when you have these specific, these measurable, and these achievable goals, what that does is that allows you to build some confidence and build some strength as you're trying to achieve this longer term goal.
Yep. So next up we have the R. The R stands for relevant. So relevant goals are goals that help you progress towards your dream. If you're trying to reach culinary stardom at any cost, it doesn't make sense to waste your precious time learning to be an awesome mechanic. Mm-hmm. So you want to focus solely on what your dream or your ultimate goal is. So sure, it might be super useful to pursue something like that, but it doesn't help to ultimately achieve your goal of being, in this case, a culinary expert.
Absolutely. And so we have specific, we have measurable, we have achievable, and we have relevant. One thing we typically talk about when we're in class is if you want to be, or if you want to earn an academic scholarship to Harvard or Yale or any other prestigious university, it's important for you to understand that maybe spending a lot of time doing some other things or going out with your friends, or if they're making bad choices and saying, I'm just going to go spend time at the lake all weekend, that might not be relevant to your goal. So kind of everything that you're trying to do in life as you're trying to reach these goals, you want to make sure that it's relevant. If you're wanting to get a scholarship, an academic scholarship, you want to make sure that your academics are in place. They're not going to care if you have an athletic ability because you're not going for that. So whatever it is, whatever your goal is, you want to make sure that you're specific, that it's measurable, it's achievable, and everything that you are doing is relevant towards that goal. Because if it has importance to you, then you're going to do the things that you need to do to achieve it.
Yep. And last but not least, definitely, is timely. So your goals need to be timely or time bound. So the best goals are also time bound. Adding this constraint is important so that you are able to keep yourself accountable. Setting goals is sort of like creating a to-do list. You have on your list what you want to do today, what you want to do tomorrow, and etc. So with goals, you may have your daily goals, monthly goals, or your yearly goals. So be specific with dates. Choose and make sure that you are able to complete goals without unreasonable stress. So being timely or time bound is also very important to setting your goals, guys.
Absolutely. And so what that's going to do is that gives us this acronym for SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. And to add on to what Spencer said, when it comes to these specific goals or these SMART goals that we are going to plan out for, whether it's professionally, athletically, academically, whatever it might be, we want you to know that having a time frame is also really good. You can say, I want to graduate college by the time I'm 22. That's fantastic. But where do you want to graduate from? How can you measure that? Are those things that you can achieve, and what are you doing that's relevant towards that? But you've also given yourself a time frame. I'm going to graduate by this certain time, this certain age. So typically when we talk about SMART goals, what we do is we want to cover a time frame. We want to do maybe 10 years, then 5 years, and 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, and then maybe even by the week. It's really important that we understand that the time is important. We have limited amount of time when it comes to everything that we want to get done.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your goals and what you want to accomplish in life, it's really important that you can use this very easy 5-step goal setting technique that will help you reach those goals, whatever they are.
Yep. So that's it for us today, guys. Thank you for listening to us. And as always, stay healthy and stay safe.